What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're in the garage, but guess what? Today, we're not going to be wrenching on the Mustang, but we're going to be having a little bit of fun. Alright, so just like I promised, this video is to have a little fun. So we're here in the HQ, the office. We're not in the garage. And what I have done is I went and listed my 1965 Mustang for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I put some nice photos. I kind of did the typical Facebook Marketplace ad that you would. I list a nice detailed, list of all the modifications that the car has. But there's two things about the ad that kind of, drums up a little bit of a giggle. One, the price. I listed it for $125,000. I'd love to get $125,000 for my car, but I don't think it's worth that. Now, the second thing is at the bottom of the ad, where I maxed out my characters of this ad, I wrote, "My wife isn't going to read the ad this far down, not really for sale, only made the ad because she said I needed to grow up," or something like that. Plus, I listed the car for way more than I think it's worth. Now, I kind of went through all of the responses. I read every single one of them. I responded to every single one of them. And I kind of broke them down into a couple categories. One, they acknowledged the ad, which was funny. Complimented the car. Didn't read the ad. The ones that are my favorite, the funny ones. Then I have some never sell it. And then a few of them turned into tech advice. Let's go ahead and get into the didn't read the ad. Hi, is it still available? And usually I would say, yeah, in talks, I'll let you know. Some of them I said, only if you read the ad. Let's now go over the never sell it. Hell yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, never. Sir, you did grow up. You got one badass of a car. Every man's dream to have a badass car like that. Keep loving that car. Tell your wifey that's like a child. Heck yeah, for sure. Alright, of course, let's kind of get to the compliments. Who doesn't like reading a good compliment? Great build. Thank you. Yep. You are a very smart man. Sweet ass car too. Yeah. Love the build. Definitely wouldn't want to sell it also. Is it still available? But then right after they respond, beautiful car, man. Gotta give you props where they're due. I truly love what you did all around, brother. The caption is also very well worded. So, the last category that we kind of move on to before we get into my favorites is basically just acknowledgement that they knew that the ad was just a joke and it was just a funny for the, So yeah, here we go. Kind of reading through some of these, like the last part had me. That was a good one. I'm taking notes. I read it all. Laughed my ass off. I'm glad I read the whole listing. This is awesome. Man, I was about to say, $125,000? I need the drugs he's on. Last part killed me, man. Keep up the build. Love it, and I love it at the very end. Alright, so finally, we're here at my favorites. I'm going to go ahead and read through these. These are my favorite ones. And then there were two at the end. Three of these conversations at the end, which were the best. So I'll let you know when we get to those. But here are all the honorable mentions. All right. Here we are. Down to the last three of these stories. So we're going to get to this guy, right? It says, "Hey, is it still available?" I respond, "Of course. Good afternoon. Would you trade for a 2005 Mazda RX-8? It's got 127,945 miles on it, and it has a clean title in hand. It's got a tune done by my friend down at a shop and an aftermarket exhaust that shoots 5-foot flames. So you see the pictures, looking at them. It's a cool little RX-8. I got some friends who have RX-8s. They're nifty cars, very well balanced cars. This thing's got this half black, half lime green kind of thing going on. And we also got a video of these 5-foot flames. And it's something straight out of Fast and Furious, if you ask me. It's got the blue flame shooting out. Yeah. I told him I'd have to pass on that, though. Next, we're going to talk about this guy. Hey, love the Mustang build. So would you take a 1951 Chevy Silverado with a 350 small block Chevy? Said thanks, but I'll have to pass on the Chevy. Okay, sounds good. Also, follow you on IG. I'm like, dude, sounds like a solid truck, actually. And then kind of going down the messages, and I was like, yeah, but it's a decent truck. It's just, a shit box, though. That's cool. It's kind of like a heavy duty kind of thing, farm truck kind of looking deal. It's like, yeah, it is, but she is priceless to me. Besides the Mustang, that is like an all-time dream build. Yeah, I've definitely been told that before, and I'm happy that I got my. So yeah, looking at the picture of this thing, I love the politician sign on the side of it. But yeah, it looks kind of like a little farm truck, kind of like a heavy duty truck kind of thing going on there, and cool little truck. It's just not for me. It's a 5-window, looks like. And then we kind of get to our last one. Let's see. So, okay. Okay, so yeah, this is the guy who basically said, hey, is this still available? And I said, yeah. What's the price you'll take on it? And I basically says, it's $124,998. And then it kind of, and then I responded, like, hey, I know what I got. And he was like, okay, then. And I laughed about it. I was like, I didn't know you were serious. I was like, oh, did you read the whole ad? And I was like, I did. Oh, okay, yeah, the $125,000 is a joke. Oh, okay, I gotcha. And then I started explaining, thinking I was kind of in a conversation I'm not really selling it, right? And so I was like, yeah, if someone came off the street, offered something like $55,000, sure, I'd take that. Which, yeah, I that's reasonable. That would be kind of in the ballpark of fair. Well, what do you think it is worth? I was like, I thought, thinking in my head, I was like, I thought I answered that question. It's like, well, it would take all of $55,000 to build another one, right? Because I did the math. Probably just a little bit short of that would definitely be like, $50,000, $48,000 at parts. Oh, to kind of replicate the car, cost of the car, things like that. Yeah, you're going to be spending $50,000 on the car. Well, that's our price range. Thanks for your time, man. I'm like thinking, this guy would seriously want to buy the car. Okay. It's hard to say. Coyote swaps that are real nice, clean interior, are all around, could be about $50,000. It's like, yeah, I can't. I'm like $15,000. Oh, geez. And then I sent another one saying, yeah, mine's hard to compare with the others because it's just got a bunch of go fast parts, and more of the people build Coyote swaps for like show car builds. So yeah. All right, so if you kind of like this video, boy, you're in for a treat for the next one. But for the most part, yeah, the point of this video was just to get a couple giggles, just to, I guess, more for me, to talk about, me trying to sell my car for $125,000. I was kind of looking for like these crazy stuff, but it seems like either my followers seen the car, they recognize the car, and they just want to say, dude, it's an awesome car, thank you. Didn't get much hate at all through the conversations. There were the handful of the serious ones. There were obviously the bots that just because you posted an ad on Marketplace, the bots will respond to the ad. And most of those were kind of like the ones that didn't read the ad. And I guess my default response kind of deterred them from continuing. Maybe, I don't know. But for the most part, yeah, people liked it. They complimented it. They kind of went with the joke. Or I even got a few trades, which, hey, there's no shame in what you got. Most of the cars just that were offered for trade just weren't for me. Now, so now that I've gotten this video kind of done, over with, we kind of went through the conversations. I definitely enjoyed my time doing it. I'm going to do it again. What do I mean where I'm going to be doing it again? Well, I've made a new ad. And this new ad is actually probably, I'm thinking it's basically, I've taken all of the old photos of my car, because when I track this car, sometimes you break parts. Whenever you do, when you're trying to figure out any type of drivetrain swap, there's going to be issues, there's going to be catastrophic failures, and I've got a handful of those. Well, I've kind of taken those, I've compiled them together, right? I've put them all in this ad, and I'll go ahead and put the ad up on the screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And I basically list the ad of basically someone who has a project car, got in over their head, they're trying to sell it for cheap, and they list all of these crazy problems. And I'm going to see if there's anyone that can stomach one. So if anyone can stomach one, the way I described them, right, as being someone who isn't quite knowledgeable of the issues. Two, the person who isn't quite knowledgeable making all of these installs, maybe they think a little bit like, shit, is this guy not knowing how to describe the problem, but he's the one that built this thing, and did he install these parts, and did he maintain these parts, and what did he really do, and what? And so hopefully there'll be, and then there's other things like I tore apart the motor and I'm missing hardware, or the terrifying clunking noises that you wouldn't want to have in a project car. And so pretty much I've kind of made this listing, and we'll see if anyone is deterred. But if they're not deterred, and they're not afraid to try and give it a go, we'll see what those conversations will be, just like I did this video here with the quote-unquote expensive for sale ad. This one's going to be the cheap one. So stay tuned for that video. It's coming down the pipeline. I have my phone actually blowing up right now with all sort of inquiries I have not responded to yet. That's kind of a part of the trick. Is I'm gonna wait, because I know there's some people who've waited 12 hours for a response. So we will see. I know it's getting late at night here, and we'll see if maybe a middle of the night response maybe tweak some people off. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. I figured this would be a nice change of pace instead of me wrenching on a problem or wrenching on the car. You guys actually get to see a little bit of fun. I'm wanting to do a little bit more of these kind of fun videos, prank videos with the car if I can, because I have a few ideas that I'm really wanting to get out there. This being one of them. There is another idea that I have. That one's going to be in person. We're going to go around to different shops. I hope it doesn't blackball me from these shops, but we'll see. Hopefully they kind of get it in good jest. But for the most part, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button, the comment. And if you're new here, why don't you think about subscribing? And I appreciate you watching, following. And I will see you on the next one. And stay tuned for the contrasting video, the cheap video, so to speak.